The year 2020 will go down in history books.
I know this is not how you envision your graduation ceremony.
Our hearts go out to you and your families.
It's true. Things didn't always go our way. But I, for one, refuse to let this class be defined by the last 2.5 months. I urge you to see this from a different perspective. See it as an opportunity.
I think it's safe to say that we'll all remember your senior year for the rest of our lives. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished, despite everything the world has thrown at you.
It's the oldest story in the world. One day you're 17 and you're planning for someday, and then quietly, without you ever really noticing it, someday is today, and then someday is yesterday, and this is your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mona Abu Samra, Student Council President and member of the class of 2020. At this time, would you please rise and join us in the singing of our national anthem. Performing the Star-Spangled Banner this evening is class of 2020's Esther Lee.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Esther. Good evening, fellow graduates, parents, family, friends, board members, and staff. On behalf of our entire school community, I am honored to welcome you to the 65th Carl Sandburg High School Commencement Ceremony. At this time, I would like to recognize our distinguished guests. Members of the Consolidated High School District 230 Board of Education who provide tremendous leadership within District 230. School Board President, Mr. Tony Saratori. Vice President, Mrs. Melissa Gracias. Secretary, Mrs. Susan Dalton, and school board members, Mr. Mike Hardick, Mrs. Kate Murphy-Peterson, Mr. Dave O'Connor, and Mr. Patrick O'Sullivan. I would also like to recognize the following members of the District 230 Central Office Administration. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. James Gay, Assistant Superintendent for Instruction, Dr. Kim Dreyer, Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Mr. John Lavelle, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Julia Wheaton, and members of Sandburg's main office, Associate Principal, Mr. Brian Clenny, Associate Principal, Mr. Derek Smith, Assistant Principal, Mr. Greg Gardner, and our Principal, Dr. Jennifer Tyrell.
Thank you so much, Mona. And Esther, thank you for sharing your magical voice with us tonight. Good evening, parents, families, honored guests, and of course, the class of 2020. For the past few months, I have been saying that I love the class of 2020, so it is fitting that I start tonight by saying just that. I love you, class of 2020. The last few months have been wildly different than any of us could have expected. Class of 2020, when I welcomed you back from winter break in January, I was truly excited to celebrate with you, recognize you, and have fun with you during the last semester that you would walk the halls as Eagles. When we parted ways on March 13th, I never would have believed what we were about to encounter over the subsequent months. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted everything, and as I have shared, class of 2020, you have held a special place in my heart over the past few months. Everything seems to be different, and this year's graduation ceremony is no exception. Even though we were not able to give you the graduation that you dreamed of on our stadium field, I am proud that we are able to celebrate with you through our drive-through event and this virtual ceremony. Class of 2020, you have impacted our elite daily culture in significant ways. As we started the year, I challenged each member of our school community to select one word that inspires him or her to be elite daily. As I think about the way that the class of 2020 has impacted, defined, redefined, and further created our elite daily culture, I think of many one words. The words are not only representative of how you have responded over the last few months, but are represented in many special stories from this year. You see, class of 2020, the last few months do not define your Sandburg story. There is no doubt that the COVID-19 pandemic is part of your story, but you have written your Sandburg story by finding your passions, developing relationships, loving each other and those staff members that have impacted your experience, serving others, persevering and responding in the face of adversity, being kind, gracious, thankful, and appreciative. Class of 2020, you have contributed to the definition of elite daily during your Sandburg experience, and the last few months have been no exception. Tonight, I share with you some of the ways that the class of 2020 has defined elite daily and some of the Sandburg stories that bring to life our elite daily culture. Although I can only mention a few, these stories and individuals represent a class that has raised the bar for all that follow. One of my favorite stories of love this year is the story of the boys cross country team. Ben, Will, TJ, Sam, Ian, Alex, and others, you followed in the footsteps of your beloved Coach O'Malley and led with love all the way to Peoria and a fourth place finish. I know how bad you wanted that trophy and felt your disappointment, but I will always assert that you won this season. You are winners not just because of what you accomplished, but because of the way you did it and the relationships and life lessons that you bring with you. Love wins, right, boys? Ben and Will, the unselfish act of giving your state medals, the medals that you worked so hard to earn, to Coach O'Malley and myself, will be something that I never forget. Leading with love is elite daily. Amani, BK, Daryl, Deasia, Preston, and other members of our Black Student Union, thank you for being brave enough to share your experience as Sandburg students and being instrumental in getting the BSU started. For as long as I live, I will not forget your response when Mr. Gardner and I told you and others that we would be moving forward with the BSU. Those cheers will live in my heart forever. We have a long way to go, but thank you for using your voice to enact positive change at Sandburg. Using voice to make a positive change in our school, community, and world is elite daily. One of my favorite stories of perseverance is the story of Andrea Turner and the work she did to walk across this virtual graduation stage. Andrea is a story of utilizing her supports, her people, her resources in order to persevere and become a graduate of Carl Sandburg. I know I speak for many others in saying that I am going to miss Andrea's fist bumps and have a great weekend emails. And another story of perseverance, that of Luke Laska, a guy that did everything within his power to be here at Sandburg, even when it did not seem possible. When I think of response, I can't help but think of the story of our cheerleading team and their fourth place finish at the state competition. As I joined the fans in the stands on day one, of course I thought the routine was beautiful. But as I observed the girls come into the stands, it was clear that they were disappointed with the results and thought that maybe they would not get a chance at day two. When our name was called, affirming that we made the finals, I knew that you would respond on day two. And boy, did they. As I watched them nail their routine, I could not help but key in on Megan McCurdy. Megan responded that day with love and grit and determination, coming back from a terrible, what should have been season-ending injury to finish things out with her team in Bloomington. I decided on that day that I am hiring Megan McCurdy one day because she knows how to respond. You can see, class of 2020, you can't always control the situation or the cards that you are dealt, but you can always control the way you persevere and respond. Leo Serdar, Megan Haran, Jimena Castillo, and Sean Harlan, you first caught my eye through your work as student ambassadors last year and became go-to students for me and for our school. In leadership, one of the best things that we get to do is watch our leaders emerge, watch our students develop, impact, change, and own our culture. The four of you amplified Elite Daily during your Sandburg experience. Leo Serdar, you are a great example and reminder that each and every person has a chance to impact a culture. Elite Daily is about every person having the opportunity to impact every culture that they are a part of. Megan Haran, you represent that Sandburg is a place where our students can find their passions. You and other leaders contributed significantly to building a nationally known Model United Nations program. Jimena Castillo, you took advantage of every opportunity to prepare yourself to pursue a career in engineering, participating in internships, applying for scholarships, and playing a critical role on a robotics team that accomplished so much. Sean Harlan, you believe in the power of serving others, which was on full display as you led Relay for Life efforts at Sandburg. We could not be more proud of you as you go on to serve our country. These stories are representative of so many others. Sandburg class of 2020, you have been Elite Daily by culture building, finding your passions, taking advantage of opportunities, and serving and giving during your Sandburg experience. You also realize that your Sandburg experience is about more than just you. It is about those that have supported you along the way. You are gracious and thankful and appreciative of those that have impacted your experience. To hear Noura and Zach talk about the impact that the EL program has had on their Sandburg experience and life, witnessing them accept the Senior Student of the Year awards was a highlight of this year. To hear so many, including Maggie and Sam, talk about the role the People program played on their Sandburg experience is just so heartwarming. Samantha Meinhardt finding a home with Coach Kreis in the athletic training room. Hanny and Shiv sharing the care that Miss Anchek has for her students and their learning. Alexis noting that Miss Angel always brought the fun. Mary Kate sharing the support of Miss Schacht and Miss Bobber. Aaron's appreciation for the mentorship of Mr. McDonough. Khaled, Zoe, and Adrian sharing that Miss Solomon, Coltheimer, and Mr. Fry were always there for them. There are so many other examples, but it is so special that you are quick to note the people that have impacted you and supported you along the way. Class of 2020, you have won a wrestling team trophy and have a state champion, Mikey Bosco, among you. You have a Special Olympics state champion among you in Colin Lewis. You have 2 national merit finalists among you, Kira Fulick and Max Farley. You have an individual that completed 1,000 hours of service learning among you in Amanda Niemeyer. Class of 2020, you have ILMEA All-State musicians among you, Mark Gardaki, Sophia Pagnai, Aiden Tilka, Evelyn Tilka, Tim Gockel, and Louis Vaca. I have loved hearing you make magic through your music. To all our senior musicians, the halftime shows, the concerts, the chamber gigs, I will always remember them. In fact, I will always wish we had more. Class of 2020, you know how to have fun. The dances, the assemblies, but most of all, that special week in November when the fans were in full force as our All-American Rachel Krasowski and the ladies of Sandburg Volleyball won a sectional championship in the Eagle. Fans, you never cease to amaze me. You even pulled off a horse in a video. And I might be a little biased, but how could you not be the 2020 IHSA Student Section Showdown winner? It breaks my heart to say that there would have been more celebrations, more recognition, more fun, but it makes my heart full, class of 2020, to say that over the last few months, I have observed you display love. Even though you were sad and disappointed about spending this time away from Sandburg and had to process these emotions, you projected love for each other, for your teachers, your counselors, your coaches, sponsors, and your school. I have observed you persevere and respond with maturity, respect, and compassion. You realize that what is happening in the world is bigger than any of us, but that we have a responsibility, and that even though this year has not ended as we wished it would, that we have made decisions because of our love for you. I have observed you serve others by shopping for the elderly, making PPE for first responders, participating in e-service learning projects, completing random acts of kindness just to brighten others' day and tell others that you love them. Our Elite Daily culture has been on full display during the last few months, but has also been on display during your entire Sandburg experience. Class of 2020, you have created your Sandburg story, and I will miss you tremendously. I will miss the leadership and positivity of the class of 2020. Class of 2020, you've defined Elite Daily by loving and serving others, demonstrating perseverance and response, by using your voice to make a difference, not just for yourselves, but for others, by consistently serving others and finding, exploring, and cultivating your passions as Sandburg Eagles. As your story continues, I challenge you to continue to embrace the very definition of Elite Daily that you created here at Sandburg. Be a culture builder. Be the change that our world needs. Be everything that you desire to be. Persevere, respond, take advantage of opportunities, smile often, love hard, embrace being kind. Never forget that people and relationships are what matter, and time is one of our precious gifts. Please remember that your Sandburg experience does not end here, but that it will truly live on. The relationships and friendships that you have developed, the memories that you made, the experiences that you have had will live forever in your hearts and souls. You will always have a special place in my heart and will always have a home at Sandburg. Class of 2020, my one word started out as purpose, but as we conclude the last official event of the year and our last event with you, my one word finishes as love. I love you, class of 2020. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Senior Class President William Tenuta. Will is headed to Purdue University, where he will major in engineering and play baseball. To present the senior class gift, Will Tenuta.
Good evening, class of 2020. These past 4 years, the Sandburg community has shown us an immense amount of love and support, especially during these unprecedented times. Now, as we all prepare to close this chapter in our lives, it is time for us to give back. I am honored to announce this year's senior gift. The class of 2020 will sponsor a renovation of the central staircase. As a tribute to our class's determination to remain positive in spite of adversity, each step going up the staircase will be updated to feature quotes reminding students to keep going and never give up. Through these quotes, the spirit and optimism that this year's seniors have demonstrated will never be forgotten. The class of 2020 has shown an overwhelming maturity and selflessness in how we have handled losing the traditional end to our senior year. I am hopeful that the next generation of Sandburg students can look at our gift and see the greatness and adaptability that Sandburg students are capable of achieving. The central staircase is at the epicenter of the building. It is a landmark that nearly every student and staff member will encounter at least once a day. The hope is that the class of 2020 and the central staircase will become synonymous with each other, therefore immortalizing this year's seniors in a Sandburg history forever. It has been an honor to serve you all as the senior class president, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future. Thank you, class of 2020, and thank you, Sandburg.
Thank you, Will, for your thoughtful words on behalf of your classmates. The Sandburg community sincerely appreciates the thoughtful gift from the class of 2020. Tonight's student speaker is a confident and determined young woman. Those qualities have certainly helped her achievements both inside and outside of the classroom. She will no doubt continue to make a significant impact as she heads to the University of Alabama, where she will major in international studies and pre-law. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce Megan Haran.
Good evening, parents, teachers, administrators, honored guests, and fellow graduates. Tonight, we get the opportunity to celebrate something truly remarkable, a chance to recognize the overwhelming dedication and achievements of the class of 2020. It's true, things didn't always go our way. Our last Color Wars assembly was moved inside. We only had 5 off-campuses per semester. Our senior homecoming game, Under the Lights, was rained out and moved to a Saturday morning. Even as 8th graders, we didn't get a single snow day. And now, having to stay away from our fellow classmates and teachers at the time when we would have appreciated being around them most. But all jokes aside, I think it's safe to say that all of the times we imagined senior year throughout our lives, it went differently than the year we actually had. And while we're allowed to miss the things we didn't get to experience and the people we didn't get to spend as much time as we wanted to with, at the end of the day, what matters is what we do with these feelings. The year 2020 will go down in history books. One day, an entire Ihsa chapter will be dedicated to the depth the year 2020 had on the history and the future of the world that we know. I urge you to see this from a different perspective. Fellow graduates, don't see this as an obstacle, see it as an opportunity. Right now, everywhere you look, there's a sad Facebook post or newspaper article dedicated to the heartbreak felt for the class of 2020. But I, for one, refuse to let this class be defined by the last 2.5 months. Carl Sandburg's class of 2020 is something special, and something so much more than that. The class of 2020 has an average SAT score of 1,059. We are dedicated members of 31 different sports teams and 84 different clubs here at Sandburg. We have almost 180 AP scholars, and we have earned countless conference, regional, and sectional titles, as well as state trophies in our past 4 years here at Sandburg. While each new number or statistic is more impressive than the next, we all know that they don't reflect what is really so special about our graduating class. What's more important than any academic achievement or accolade I could mention is that the class of 2020 is made up of people who are good. Students who constantly help each other succeed by going the extra mile for a friend or for a teacher. Students who selflessly dedicated hours upon hours to doing service in their community. Students who prioritize treating others with kindness and compassion. Most importantly, the class of 2020 is full of students who put their heart into everything they do. That is why my one word for the class of 2020 is love. This is the word, much like elite for Miss Tyrell, that to me captures the essence of this graduating class. When you lead with love, it will never be a question of how hard you're willing to work or how much you're willing to sacrifice. Love allows us to have hope. Hope for the future and hope for the opportunities that Sandburg has so readily prepared us to receive. Love allows us to have gratitude. Gratitude for our teachers, administrators, coaches, advisors, parents, and classmates. To the teachers and administrators here at Sandburg, thank you. The passion, dedication, and love you put into every single thing you do for your students is absolutely inspiring. Teachers here aren't just teachers. They have been our cheerleaders in our brightest moments and our shoulders to cry on in our darkest moments. To every coach or advisor that has helped us along our journey, thank you. Here, extracurriculars aren't just another accomplishment to add to your transcript. The culture of love in every single club, sport, and program here at Sandburg turned our teams into families and our coaches and advisors into lifelong mentors. To our parents, thank you. Whether in the form of a ride to and from practice, words of encouragement after a failed test or a bad game, or a warm embrace after a hard day, your unwavering love and support over the last 4 years has made a difference in every single one of our lives. And lastly, to my fellow seniors, thank you. Thank you for giving all of us a graduating class to be proud of. Thank you for the friendships and the memories that will last a lifetime. Thank you for loving each other like a family, and thank you for giving the class of 2021 such big shoes to fill. You should be proud of your accomplishments and all of the work you put in to get here. In the wise words of One Tree Hill, It's the oldest story in the world. One day you're 17 and you're planning for someday, and then quietly and without you ever really noticing it, someday is today, and then someday is yesterday, and this is your life. To the class of 2020, I challenge you not to settle for the life you create for yourselves. Whether it be in your future job, your future relationships, or just in life, don't settle for what is comfortable and don't settle for what is familiar. A life that you settle for will never feel challenging, thrilling, or passion-infused. Put love into everything you do and then keep looking until you find those things that really move you. Keep looking until you find those things that resonate in your bones and push you to get out of bed in the morning. Make mistakes over and over again if you have to, as long as you get back up and keep trying every time. Be hungry for opportunities and stay that way. Even when it feels like your streak of bad luck just won't run out, I challenge you to make your own luck. Dictate your own circumstances. I challenge you not to settle so that one day you won't have to look back on your life and wonder about the what-ifs. Put love into everything you do so one day you'll know with certainty that you made the most of your life. Congratulations, it's a great day to be an Eagle. We made it.
Thank you for those beautiful sentiments, Meg. At this time, I'd like to introduce the senior members of our chorale to sing I'd Give It All for You. They are conducted by choir director, Miss Nikki D'Onofrio. Thank you, senior members of chorale, for sharing your talents with us one last time. Just beautiful. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Superintendent of Consolidated High School District 230, Dr. James Gay. Under Dr. Gay's leadership, our district continues to embrace and live by the notion that our primary role is to ensure that every student is well prepared for the adventures and challenges that lie beyond Carl Sandburg High School and District 230. He has led us in defining what it means to have successful schools for successful students and how we can work collaboratively to ensure positive outcomes for all students in the district. Please join me in welcoming Dr. James Gay.
I have the distinct pleasure of working with our students, staff, parents, and community in preparing you not only for graduation, but more importantly, for what comes next. As soon-to-be alumni of Sandburg High School, there's a whole world of possibilities ahead of you. As we celebrate your graduation virtually, this certainly is not how any of us imagined your senior year will conclude. Our hearts go out to you and your families, as many of the traditional milestones celebrated during the final semester have needed to be modified, postponed, or sadly canceled based on the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, as a school district, we have remained steadfast in our commitment to making the culmination of your senior year meaningful and respectful of all that you have accomplished in your 4 years of high school. Throughout your high school years, we focused on telling the stories of students and staff members. Each of you has a story to tell. We celebrate those stories in the rich, diverse, and uniquely D230 story that they come together to create. Today, we celebrate the first chapters of your life story. We celebrate individual triumphs and challenges, stories of passion for learning, kindness, integrity, and grit that have made you who you are today. Stories of friendship forged through classes and study groups, co-curricular activities, and love of your fellow Eagles. Stories of academic successes, which include 2 National Merit finalists, 2 semifinalists, and 12 commended. 365 advanced placement scholars, including 52 with honors, 123 with distinction, and 17 national AP scholars. 1,346 students took 2,148 AP exams. 108 Illinois State scholars. 76 earning seals of biliteracy, and 59 more being commended. You've helped to contribute toward Sandburg High School being named among the best high schools in America by U.S. News and World Report with a silver medal. And this class has been offered more than $8 million in scholarship. Stories of co-curricular involvement include marching band took first place at State Fair Parade and performed at the 78 commemorative of the attacks of Pearl Harbor. Wind Symphony was among only 2 bands invited to Western Illinois University, and jazz band performed at the world-famous Jazz Showcase in Chicago. Scholastic Art Competition honorees include 3 key gold medals, 3 silver keys, and 1 honorable mention. On the athletic front, among you are 58 all-conference athletes, 5 conference team champions, 2 SWSC Team Players of the Year, 6 regional team champions, 4 section teach champions, 6 team state qualifiers, 34 individual state qualifiers, 1 individual state champ, 6 all-state athletes, 66 IHSA scholastic athletes, and 44 of you have committed to play at the collegiate level next year. And there are stories of compassion to celebrate. This class of 2020 has completed 52,676 service learning hours. That's an average of 66 hours per graduate. And according to Independent Sector, that equates to nearly $1.3 million in contributions to your community. You have supported St. Baldrick's through your 4 years by raising $24,452 for pediatric cancer. And for the past many years, you've supported the district-wide Relay for Life efforts that have raised more than $6 million for the American Cancer Society over the past 23 years. There are so many stories that bring great pride to your school community, and I thank you for that. But my hope is you take these key values with you as you write the next chapters. Your unique voice, the courage to take risks, and a shared responsibility to be kind. First, you have begun to develop your voice in the 4 short years you've spent in high school. You have begun to find your place in this world, and you will continue to evolve in that understanding in the coming years. Your experiences, your values, and your identity are distinctive to you. Your unique voice is important in this world, and don't be afraid to express yourself and share what makes you uniquely you. Second, find the courage to take risks. When you believe in something passionately, you'll be willing to take a chance on making your dreams a reality. And I encourage you to take a chance, speak up for what you believe in, and have faith in yourself. Always have faith in yourself. And finally, be kind. Now more than ever, always be kind. Your thoughtfulness in big and little things makes a difference. A simple act of kindness can make the day better for others and for yourself. Always treat others with empathy and respect. And the world will be a brighter place because of you. My hope is you would take these words of advice and all the lessons you learned with you as you write the rest of your story. I firmly believe that you are ready for whatever path you choose upon graduation. Your family, friends, school staff, and community have invested in your future through the education you received here in District 230. So I ask you, take a few minutes to thank them for their love, for their support, and the commitment they've made to your success. Tell them in person, pick up the phone and call them, or share your appreciation through social media. We can always use more positive messages there. As in any good book, there's anticipation of what the pages ahead will bring. We are sure you have mixed emotions as you look toward your future. There's excitement as you conclude your high school years and reflect on the stories you have created here. There's uncertainty as you turn the next page into the chapter, not knowing exactly what is to come. And there's anticipation as you take on new challenges and create your story. I can assure you that your education at Sandburg High School has prepared you well. You have put in the hard work and learned incredible lessons along the way. You've found great success. You've learned from your mistakes. You are prepared to write your story in a future of possibilities. Whatever your story leads, we know you will make us proud as Sandburg High School graduates. Congratulations, Eagles. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for me to confer to the Board of Education that these students have successfully met the Consolidated High School District 230 requirements for graduation, and they've complied with the regulations and laws required by the state of Illinois. At this time, I present the members of the Sandburg High School class of 2020 to be awarded their diplomas.
Thank you, Dr. Gay. And now, it is our pleasure to present to you the members of the Carl Sandburg High School class of 2020.
Omar Abdallah, Amani Abdelkader, Hassan Abdel Sayed, Wissam Abukhair, Ramzi Abzir, Julia Abram, Mona Abu Samra, Ramzi Abudan, Ahmed Abuzba, Diana Abu Radi, Sabrine Abu Surya, Ryan Oga, Janine Ahmed, Alina Ahmed, Safir Ahmed, William Arendt, Hossam Al-Alabi, Rayma El-Hamaida, Ali El-Sahid, Nawal El-Tanbor, Malak El-Hurani, Sohaibra El-Zain, Omar El-Bakri, Abdallah El Bezor, Sharak El Baitar, Dalia El Dor, Alexis El Fini, Adnan El Habin, Khalid El Haidar, Hani Ali,
Lena Ali, Mothanu Ali, Raneen Alan, Hannah Allen, Mary Allen, Sean Allen, Zed Alamari, Faisal Alamari, Yusuf Arafati, Aya Al-Shubak, Nora Al-Sudani, Zachariah El-Zubi, Tasneem Umin, Rima Anochi, David Antoine, Michael Anyawu, Janine Aquino, Korema Arohu, Ahmed Ashkar, Ismail Atea, Atharva Atreya, Alexis Marie Aurelio, Matthew Aurelio, Jalen Austin, Julissa Avila, Marco Avila Jr., Alexander Babjak, Christopher Bacaleda Kubansky, Kevin Bachman, Grace Baden,
Sharian Baluz, Clara Bailey, Maria Bailey, Matthew Bakes, Liam Barcelona, Jack Barrett, Matthew Bartlett, Celine Batene, Nathan Batchelor, Presley Bedno, Sud Bahrain, Michael Bellew, Mallory Bollick, Colin Belskis, Alyssa Bernard, Anastasia Verdusis, Juliet Berger, Kennedy Berry, Jalen Berry, Isabella Barubin, Raghav Ban, Marissa Bilski, Grace Biggs, Lucas Bigot, Daniel Bilick, Daniel Binder, Blake Bizuski, Jack Blake, Elise Blinn,
Jessica Bohennick, Michael Bonamino, Danielle Borstein, Michael Bosco, Samantha Butinez, Chase Bowden, Ria Brombat, Emily Briscoe, Imani Makria Britt, Clayston Brobst, Madison Brooks, Maya Bruette, Skylar Bruette, Shannon Brown, Zachary Brown, Carson Bruce, Sarah Bulvan, John Berner, Gavin Burns, Alexis Colleen Cabrera, Caitlin Caldwell, Jacob Call, Julia Canellis, Frank Canatello III, Matthew Cantu, Kevin Carroll, Brooke Carter, Ryan Carey, Colin Casey, Nicole Cazada,
Camille Castillo, Leslie Castillo, Martin Castillo, Jimena Castillo, Brianna Cottrell, Xavier Cesario, Giovanna Chenoweth, Dejuvan Childs, Danielle Cerullo, Christina Clark, Kaylee Clifton, Abigail Kogan, Scott Comiskey, Kevin Connolly, William Conroy, Hayden Conway, Lainey Conway, Grace Corluca, Thomas Kosler, Kennedy Costa,
David Kostaki,
Kayla Cohen, John Coyle, Sarah Crabb, Olivia Collette Crane, Aliana Marie Cruz, Anita Cruz Galvez, Kara Curtin, Christian Chaya, Thomas Chakowski,
Kais Dadal, Adam Dejani, Nicholas Dolmaris, Olivia Danowski, Carolyn Down, Whitney Davis, Armand Davis, Morgan Day, Sydney Day, Stephen Delaney, Damian Deles, Isabel Delgadillo, Constance Dellis, Charles Dumatio, Aaron Dutke, Grace Devlin, Leslie Desda, Caesar Diaz, Jolene Dukaidak, Gianna D'Imperio, Nina Dixon, Jack Dahl, Christopher Doman, Isabel Dominguez, Avery Danowski, Kevin Donnelly, Mackenzie Doherty, Aiden Doyle Odenbach, Michael Drez, Devin Dubsky,
Matthew Duffner, Thomas Dwyer, Blake Aberlee, Nicole Eckert, Yusuf El Hakim, Miriam Ella Sawi, Nassim El Mosa, Colin Elson, Nicholas Ingelthaler, Faith Enochian, Elena Esparza, Dominic Esposito, Lisbeth Estrada, Callie Evans, Taylor Everett, Emily Pfeiffer, Alexa Faley, Margaret Fandel, Taylor Fanning, Maxwell Farley, Emily Farage, Jonah Farraw, Haley Farrell, Karen Fethala, Jamie Feeney, Midori Fentanis, Danielle Ferradoros, Brianne Ferguson, James Ferguson, Terrence Fields,
Jenna Filmanowitz, Faith Fiore, Kyle Fish, Delaney Fisher, Trinity Fleshaker, Caitlin Fleming, Rose Foley, Chad Fortin, Trinity Foster Lee, Madison Fatsis, Giuseppe Frangella, Morgan Frowley, Anna Friel, Bridget Friel, Kira Fullick, Nicholas Furio, Solomon Gagaman, Fiona Gallagher, Jeremy Galvin, Alex Garbutt, Jacob Garcia, Armando Garcia Cruz, Mark Gardotsky, and Julie Gargolis, Reese Garman, Sean Garazzo, Erica Gary, Ennis Gashi, Stephanie Gaspardo, Kristen Goslin,
Jasmine George, Zoe George, Yanni Giorgio, Rigori Giorgio, Ahmed Gabon, Mohammed Gabon, Bara Ghanam, Zachariah Ghanem, Andrew Giannakis, Benjamin Giblin, William Giblin, Madison Gilio, Aaliyah Gilbert, Christian Garan, Antonio Giuntoli, Christopher Gleason, Ryan Gluzek, Timothy Gockel, Aaron Gomez, Sarah Ganch, Evan Gonzalez, Joshua Gonzalez, Dylan Goodsell, John Goro, Emma Graysick, Aubrey Grant, Megan Grant, Justin Gray, Anaya Green,
Alexander Greslowski, Jamie Gross, Sitlali Guerrero, Maverick Gutierrez, Monica Guzman, Hubert Guzzi, Megan Haggerty, Aiden Hahn, Yasir Hamoud, Omar Hamdan, Shahad Hamed, Jihad Hamida, Jade Hamilton, Anthony Hammond, Sean Hanley, Megan Haran, Sean Harlan, Jalen Harris, James Hart, Deanna Hassan, Medina Hassan, Rauna Hussan, Ali Hassan, Hadi Hassan, Ella Haas, Matthew Hawkins, Noah Hayes, Ashley Henning, Alexandra Henninger, Diego Hernandez,
Siobhan Harabout, Connor Hildebrand, Eric Hill, Miranda Hilligans, Abigail Hodge, Abigail Hooks, Jennifer Horez, Patrick Houston, Shinchen Huan, Haley Holtquist, Christina Herchikova, Emma Hurley, Dominic Iannatone, Anwar Ibrahim, Yusuf Ibrahim, Preston Ideyan, David Ignacio, Tina Imalayan, Fedi Ishak, Victoria Isherwood, Emily Ubadi, Amir Jabali, Hanny Jaber, Stephanie Jablonski, Camille Yahimiak, Daryl Jackson, Michaela Jackson, Therese Yeager, Najib Jafal,
Husam Eddin Jalab, Lara Julili, Evelyn Janisek, Gabriel Jarquin, Chance Jenkins, James Jenkott, Philip Jensen, Demalede Jimmo, Angelo Joaquin, Aaliyah Johnson, Maggie Jones, Shay Jones, Isabella Jorgensen, Justin Joseph, Nufez Ziad Jomu, Aya Khalil, Allison Kohlberg, Alex Kaminsky, Taylor Kaminsky, Luke Kamukowski, Derek Kane, Susie Kang, Vincent Capel, Alexis Kara, Matthew Karlovics, Ariana Carnavas, Peter Karras, Sophia Casella, Madison Katz, Allison Keslauskas,
Brandon Keaton, Hunter Kelly, Elizabeth Kennis, Kennedy Kirby, Baha Kalaf, Hibatala Kamis, Joshua Killeen, Kathleen Kimmy, Natalie Kimmy, Jason Kisala,
Lana Kiswani,
Alyssa Kohani, Max Kolesnikov, Thais Kolganov, Alexandra Kolajacek, Jake Konetsky, Adrian Koshelski, Morgan Koznar, Aman Kodadia, Maya Kovacevic, Kristen Kovachev, Rachel Krasowski, Chloe Krevitz, Sebastian Kurzwinski, Matthew Kubis,
Jack Kukel,
Jake Cusick,
Hannah Cusis,
Patrick Kupiek, Colby Kurtzman,
Zachary Cusper, Thomas Quack, Jamie Quiet, Mia Lackney, Chase Lang, Connor Lang, Chloe Langer, Olivia Lapp, Luke Laska, Rugula Lodenlatia, Lauren Lavender, Matthew Lazarek, Veronica Leafblad, Esther Lee, Rachel Lewandowski, Colin Lewis, Delaney Lewis, Madeline Lotak, Kamari Lightfoot, Kamaya Lightfoot, Amanda Lindgren, Joseph Liska, Yanni Livieretos, Kayla Lopez, Pablo Lopez, Xander Loki, Tyler Lovett, Angela Loy, Roberto Lozano, Ivana Lucero,
Elliot Luke, Alan Lukosanis Jr., Nicole Lundgren, Alexis Lyons, Michael Lyons, Kevin Livers, Hanny Malley, Jameson McInnes, Richard Mackel, Brian Mayday, Mary Kate Madden, Ahmed Mahdi, Madison Madeki, Hannah Malo, Zach Manasari, Henna Mansour, Margaret Manthe, Stephanie Manthe, Nicholas Merite, Madison Mardoyan, Kelly Marquardt, Rachel Mars, Cameron Marshall, UDL Martinez Jimenez, Audrey Marks, Heya Masade, Victoria Maslak Shivna, Thomas Maslonka, Luke Meslowski, Nicole Massey,
Ashley Muteka, Jade Matthews, Gabia Mazunate, Tristan McClendon, Ethan McCormick, Megan McCurdy, Lauren McDonald, Jason McGee, Justin McGee, Ian McGrath, Kyle McGrath Ulrich, Madison McGreal, Brendan McGinnis, Michael McHugh, Thomas McNabb, Peyton Medalis, Robert Medlicott, Alana Meha, Sarah Meyer, Samantha Meinhardt, Christopher Mendez, Hannah Mendez, Josie Mendez, Mia Mendez, Ashanti Miniweather, Amanda Miklos, Lauren Mildice, Alexander Miller,
Vanessa Miller, Arnis Miskinnis, Kaylee Mitchell, Yu Mo, Julia Mater, Michael Maley, Youssef Mohammed, Ethan Moan, Grace Malloy, Madden Montalvo, Arian Monteclair, Kaylee Morin,
Andrew Moravec,
Victor Morcos, Kelsey Maury, Amy Muse, Katie Malvahill, Connor Murphy, Matthew Murphy, Ayat Musa, Darren Musa, Lana Musa, Raneem Musla, Esma Musa, Omar Musa, Lujane Nachbat, Jada Nalon, Taha Navid, Lexi Nels, Brendan Nelson,
Joseph Newpower, Mason Nichols, Amanda Niemeyer, Mohammed Nofal, Alicia Nowak, Michaela Nowicki, Emily Natoves, Ivan Nunez Montoya, Allison Nikeza, Delaney O'Brien, Will O'Quinn, Molly O'Sullivan, Olivia Oberhue, Jacqueline Oblina, Faithfulness Oladeji, Evan Olchauka, Atef Omari, Javier Antaveros, Mohammed Osman, Kaylee Osterman, Ennis Ori, Michael Owania, Sophia Pani, Kyle Pecos, Conrad Palenick, Justin Panagakis, Bailey Panfill, Marissa Paradiso, Rachel Parthmore, Nisarg Patel,
Shiv Patel, Shivam Patel, Colton Patty, Hannah Paz, Mary Pekka, James Pellini, Julian Perez, Vanessa Perez, Ashley Peterson, Zachary Petro, Madeline Petrusevsky, Noah Petty, Cindy Pham, Devin Phillips, Sean Phillips, Richard Phipps, Anna Piacenti, Michael Pokza, Veronica Podgorski, Carlo Ponte, John Pook, Jessica Post, Jacob Poulis, Abigail Pavashinsky, Alyssa Prisby, Stephen Prisbilski, Keelan Prisbatek, Donovan Pike, Leon Kasim, Imani Quinn,
Victoria Quinones, Bayan Rufati, Farah Rufati, Patrick Rafferty, Titus Ragland, Adriana Ramos, Emily Randstrom, Emily Raz, Ali Rasuli, Samantha Rauwolf, Andrea Phoebe Rebelito, Emma Reen, Alonzo Reyes, Aliana Ruth Reyes, Arturo Reyes, Natalie Reyes, Jillian Richards, Michael Richards, Yasmin Richardson, Genevieve Roach, Patrick Roach, Samuel Rodriguez, Andrew Rowan, Jacob Rakosik, Morgan Rolder, Nicole Rooks, Jacob Roth, Chloe Ruback, Derek Rutkowski, James Rabarchik III,
Shakria Sada, Jacqueline Sadler-Jones, Jude Sadak, Ahmad Salah, Khaled Salah, Naha Salah, Madison Salamanca, Hanny Sally, Malik Selah, Nadal Salem, Raquel Sampolna, Joshua Samuel, Ruth Samuel, Alicia Sanchez, Samantha Santana, Giovanna Serena, Caroline Schmidt, Lauren Schmidt, Emil Shulo, Julia Schultz, Zoe Schultz, Christopher Schwartz, Jonathan Schwartz, Deasia Scott, Jada Scott, Catherine Scuderi, Daniela Zurich, Nicole Sendera, Sufia Sinise, Thomas Sarabo,
Leonardo Serdar, Brandon Sewers, Cameron Sexton, Mohammed Sheikh, Mohammed Shalan, Jack Shamhart, Brett Sharkey, Jenna Shatat, Jack Shelton, Michaela Shinnick, Ramsey Shakukani, Valentina Siebenaler, Jenna Silva, Anthony Simich, Nolan Sizemore, Jonathan Slack, Daniel Slater, John Slekta, Zachary Slinkman, Caroline Small, Justin Smith, Jack Smolik, Kayla Snadoff, Precious Snow, Sheridan Subkowiak, Jason Sokol, Ashling Spellman, Keelan Shriver, Thomas St. John, Rhett Stanton,
Rokas Staskevicius, Zoe Stainforden, Julia Stefanon, Shelby Stefanon, Neha Stephen, Thomas Stojan, Mia Strolia, Lucas Suffren, Rami Suhail, Farah Suleiman, Dana Suleiman, Mark Sullivan, Samuel Summers, Kayla Sundar, Jason Surdick, Michael Soroka, Yazin Suis, Vanessa Swice, Dominika Swichika, Mark Switoslowski, Brianna Tabor, Ibrahim Taha, Taylor Talley, Joseph Taluto, Elizabeth Tennyson, William Tenuta, Austin Turkovitz, Dakota Phil, Emily Tomlinson, Owen Toppy, Ryan Toppy,
Jonathan Trevino, Ashley Trezick, Maggie Tripp, Laura Tripidi, Jonathan Trinka, Golnasa Trumbetta, Kara Troy, Gabriella Turner, Andre Turner, Andrea Turner, Stephanie Tusher, Adam Tudor, Aiden Tilka, Evelyn Tilka, Lauren Tinsky, Jason Oldrich, Yan Airbus, Louis Vaca, Dominikas Valakas, David Vales, Tyler Van Stedham, Elijah Vargas, Jared Vaughn, Riley Vaughn, Carol Vasquez, Yatsahandi Carrera, Lucas Vigance, Aiden Vinaha,
Ethan Violetto, Torian Walker, Alexandra Walsh, Evan Walsh, Jack Walsh, Maxwell Walsh, Alexander Waltrip, Elise Wantes, Cameron Wardell,
Taylor Wasco,
Erlencia Washington, Cody Watson, Brandon Weber, Nicholas Weber, Sophia Weiss, Dylan Weigel, Grace Willie, Matthew Wilmington, Brandon Wilson, Rory Wilson, Miles Winston,
Abby Wittek,
Jenna Witt, Brandon Wong, Cameron Woolery, Emran Yafai, Ayub Yasin,
Sama Ihsa,
Laith Zaglo,
Hazim Zain Eden, Annabella Zambrano, Isabella Zarati, Asa Zayed, Lena Zayed, Victoria Zandovich, Dominika Zijebko, Allison Zeller, Tyler Zellinger, Colin Zerfis, Natalie Ziba, Milena Zuberry, Zoe Zylo.
Class of 2020, and now it is time. It is time to officially recognize your transition from high school student to high school alumni. Please reposition your tassel from the right to the left, and wherever you are, throw those caps up. Congratulations, class of 2020.
This is Tony Saratori, School Board President. I would like to congratulate the Sandburg 2020 graduation class. I know this is not how you envisioned your graduation ceremony or the end of your high school career. While the events of the last few months have taken away so much from the end of your high school experience, they will not take away the positive impact you have had on Sandburg and the Sandburg community. You will be remembered not because of COVID-19, but because of your amazing achievements, both in and out of the classroom. You will leave an incredible legacy that will be hard for any class to match. I wish you the best as you start the next chapter in your life, and I know that you will be able to handle any challenge that comes your way. I thank you for what you have done, and I look forward to what you will do. You have exemplified what it means to be D230 proud. Congratulations on becoming the newest Eagle alumni. You will always make us proud.
Hello, graduates of Carl Sandburg High School. My name is Melissa Gracias, and I serve as the Vice President of your school board. We may not have had 2020 vision as to what was to come in your final semester this year, but hindsight is 2020. You will always be remembered as part of history. Soar like an eagle into your future. Change the world. Be elite. You make District 230 proud.
Greetings, Sandburg Eagles, class of 2020. You did it. I just want to congratulate you all on your efforts from the first day you walked into this building until this point in time. You have celebrated many achievements and managed through many challenges, both with an Eagle attitude. Continue your journey by being a lifelong learner, as the world and its inhabitants are fascinating and well worth exploring and understanding. As you move into the next chapter of your life, I want to remind you that you are the author of your life story. Make it a good read and one you would be proud to share. Congratulations, Eagles. It's time for you to take flight.
Sandburg, class of 2020. Congratulations, you made it. By way of introduction, my name's Dave O'Connor, and I am a District 230 school board member and a proud graduate and alum of Carl Sandburg High School. You too are now an alum of this great school. Congratulations and welcome to the club. The school board just wants to take a quick minute and say congratulations and let you know how proud we are of each and every one of you. This has been quite a ride. Some of it, a very unexpected ride. You've met this challenge and you've succeeded, and we are very proud of you. Undoubtedly, in the course of your life, you're going to be confronted by many different challenges and many different forms of adversity. The question is not whether you're going to confront it. The question is, what will you do when you meet it? And sometimes even get knocked down. Will you adapt, modify yourself, improvise, overcome in order to meet those challenges? Will you adjust as necessary in order to succeed? Do you have the commitment and the fight and the tenacity to win? In short, are you going to find a way to get back up? Well, based upon what we have seen over the past 8 weeks or so, it is clear you have that fight within you. You have the strength and the tenacity to succeed. You confronted the challenge that was put before you, and you overcame it. The future is very bright because you're in it. Congratulations. We're very proud of you. You truly are elite. Good luck to each and every one of you, and good luck in all your future endeavors.
Congratulations, Sandburg Eagles class of 2020. I think it's safe to say that we'll all remember your senior year for the rest of our lives. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished, despite everything the world has thrown at you. I want to assure you that this incredible community you found, your friends, will be with you forever, and they will cheer you on no matter what comes next. This certainly wasn't the way any of us imagined your commencement day. Like all of you, I wish I were on the stadium field, watching each of you walk across the stage to the cheers and cries of your family, friends, and loved ones. I wish I was listening to Dr. Gay's speech, which for me would be the 35th time, and of course, Dr. Tyrell's awesome fireworks display. But make no mistake, your class will always be remembered. The way you've navigated these last few months was incredible. You remained engaged and committed, and for you, there was no precedent for this, no roadmap. You didn't break the mold, you created the mold. You were forced to learn how to live differently, accept change, cope with tragedy, deal with loss while stepping out in a world that surely needs you. Of course, life has its ups and downs, and the Eagle Class of 2020 has shown the strength and resilience that you all need moving forward. Whether that's joining the workforce, enlisting in the armed forces, or continuing your education, the way that you've handled this situation will make you stronger in the future. I hope that you've felt the massive amounts of love and support from your teachers, the school administration, parents, family, friends, and the entire community. We all know that yours will always be the first class to celebrate in new and creative ways. We all know that we owe it to the class of 2020 to honor who you are and what you've meant to Carl Sandburg High School. Life is unpredictable and often doesn't produce the outcomes we desire, but I ask you to try and find joy in each and every situation. As time goes on, your class and your class alone will stand out. When you look back on your 4 years at Sandburg at your first class reunion, you'll have stories that no other class will be able to tell. It will be full of remembering the most unique of times, as you are now part of an exclusive club. We are all cheering for your achievements from afar, but hold the memories close to our hearts. You are heading into an unknown world, but we are certain you will be able to handle these challenges with care, strength, thoughtfulness, and again, resilience. So congratulations, Carl Sandburg class of 2020. May you continue to grow and leave your impact in our world. You will be missed. And as always, go Eagles.